Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another pre-game show on Chelsea Perspective. I am still not that strong, but I wanted us to do the pre-game show. Then we'll see if we're able to do the post-game show. But more importantly, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're all doing well. We'll go straight into the looking at the lineup as soon as possible. And big up to you, Mike Bro. Glenn says, big up, put a chat lineup looking juicy. I have to say, it's looking juicy. But we'll talk about it in a beat. Big up, just saying, Bobby saying big up to Glenn. Bobby, how are you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. Mr. Blue People's happy match day indeed. Hopefully we'll get a win today. Potter with the Frank Lampard lineup today. Is that what it is, really? Let's see. Big up to everyone in the chat. Let's look at it. Let's call the names of those in the lineup. Between the six Keparis, the Balaga, Koulibaly, I knew would start this game as centrally. Although a lot of people saying Badiashile starting centrally, Koulibaly starting to the right. I was suspicious with whether Graham Potter trust Badiashile that much at this point. I don't think he trusts him that much. I know he's a good player. Removing him, not adding him to the Champions League squad in the first place means he don't trust him that much. Kukurea starts out to the left of Koulibaly to his right. This is not correct. I think the most like James probably playing in the right centre back. I'd be surprised if Loftus-Cheek starts in the right centre back position. I knew Loftus-Cheek was going to start. I didn't know James would start. Even though I suspected Graham Potter doesn't trust a Chalobah. He doesn't trust him because if I were in the shoes, what I'd do is start Chalobah on the right hand side, start Loftus-Cheek in the right wing back position, and be cautious a bit with Rhys James because I don't think he's fully fit yet. Just like what's his name? Just like JC said in the chat. So yeah, I didn't know Kukurea was going to start this one. I thought Badiashile was going to start. The 266 Kovacic and Enzo Fernandez. Kovacic with the captain's armband. Chilwell starting on the left hand side. Here I'm still saying I think it's the other way around. Loftus-Cheek right wing back. Rhys James right centre back. 2-8. This is fluid anyway, so no need counter. Let's just stick in the front three. We have Modric, we have Felix, and we have Kai Havertz. Nice line. I think it's nice, really. There's little, again, there isn't too much to make a difference here, except if N'Golo Kante comes in as one of the parent in the 2-6's position. Maybe nobody else there. Maybe give, what's his name, Nani Madueke a chance as one of the 2-8s because I strongly believe he's capable of fulfilling that role. But that's, by the way, Roger, big up to you. Thank you so much for finding the time to joining me on the panel. What do you make of the lineup? Would you have done anything differently?
Yeah, I think so. Good afternoon, sir. I'm a bit perplexed with it. I'll be honest with you. With some of the decisions.
It's looking like I'm having audio issue myself. Let me see. Okay, that one will work.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I have to change some settings.
Yeah, I'm a bit perplexed, sir. Some of the lineups I didn't quite see. I'm not sure, like where Loftus-Cheek fits in a back three.
No, I think James knows he can fulfill the right centre back role. So I think this is probably vice versa.
Sure, but how often has he ever played that?
He played that. I think. Let me just say, at the times that I've seen him fulfill that role, I think he fulfilled it quite well. Yeah,
I would say sparingly.
Yeah, not constantly. Yeah, and that was under Thomas Tuchel.
Right. So it's been a while. I'm a little bit perplexed with that. Because when you look at who we have on the bench, listen, I'm not privy, obviously, to who is injured, but when you've got the likes of Badiashile, Chalobah, why aren't those chaps starting?
Yeah, you don't use a makeshift defense when you have those, right?
Yeah, unless they're not fit, and unless they've got a bug, I have no idea. I don't get it. I don't get this lineup at all. I'll be honest with you. Listen, I know Badiashile's a bit out of form, like he had a bit of a shaky game. Didn't he play in the under-21s or something versus England, and he gave a goal away, etc.? But I mean, since I've watched him for Chelsea, he's looked solid each and every time.
You could say he hasn't put the foot wrong for Chelsea.
Yeah, he's looked very solid for a
Yeah.
person of that age. I mean, maybe he's seeing something different on the training pitch. Chalobah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what's going on in his life, whether he's healthy or not playing well in the training pitch. But
I think it's trust.
yeah, I understand that concept of trust, but maybe he's seeing things we're not. I'm shocked. Hello, Glenn. I'm really shocked that he's one of those two isn't starting. You know, to be honest with you, I understand
Because
we've got injuries with Silva,
mhm,
etc., and Fafana in the defensive line. I get that, but then why are these chaps on the bench? If they're good enough to be on the bench, maybe they're not healthy enough to start for a whole 90 minutes. I don't know. I have no
no,
idea.
Chalobah
So,
argue otherwise. Let's call the names of those players that are on the bench. We have Christian Pulisic, Nani Madueke, Kekani Chukwuemeka, Conor Gallagher, Mason Mount, N'Golo Kante, Benoit Badiashile, Trevor Chalobah, and Marcus Bettinelli. Aubameyang, I'm not sure. I think he's not even on the injured. Okay, he's there, but I think there's something else more than just him being injured. But that's, by the way, here's the thing. This is a makeshift defense, no matter how you see it. Even if James, I know James will most likely be the right center back man.
yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it's still a makeshift defense because Kukurea predominantly, traditionally, is not a left center back. I know he's played there for Graham
Right.
Potter. So to
When I
me, I'm not
first
sure
saw
why
this,
he's
coach,
risking this. Go ahead.
when I first saw this, I was thinking maybe a 4-3-3 with Koulibaly and Cucurella as the centre backs. But I'm
Mm,
thinking that I know Cucurella can jump quite high for someone of his height, but
hmm
still, I was thinking 4-3-3. Then you put Loftus Cheek in the midfield. Do you understand? I was thinking that
hmm
could be a possibility, but the longer I look at that, the longer it doesn't make sense to me. I'm perplexed. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it doesn't, and that's especially true when we've complained so much. These two pairing here, the two sexes of Kovacic and Enzo Fernandez, they're excellent offensively, but
Yeah.
defensively they're not doing enough to protect the back three.
Shall we say
And
suspect? Yeah.
yeah, they're suspect in terms of protecting the back three.
Especially in
Yeah,
transition, coach.
yeah,
Especially in transition.
yeah, because the back three's approach, they usually need huge protection from the two sixes, and that's not the case. Glenn says, I hope it's still 0-0 around the 60th minute. Maybe we'll see Kante then. If we are 1-0 up, you already know he's bringing in Connor. Um,
That's true.
if he does that today, then a lot of questions will be asked of him. Big up Kachila Roger. I'm feeling positive for the game. I'm hoping Mudrik does well today. That's one thing I like about you. You have your criticism of him, or let me say questions of his, again, with regards to his ability, but when you're always objective, and that's one thing I love about you. Much love to you, brother. Hello, everyone. I hope it's Reese's. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. I don't think Reese Lobster plays in the right center back position. No, he's going to make a lot of mistakes. But maybe he practiced it, but I'm not sure that's the case. I found just stop. I'm not in the mood to laugh
That's
not that much.
funny.
I still have pain.
That's great. That's bloody
Oh my
funny.
goodness! And I was gonna say congratulations to you. See what you do.
That's a great one, Kimzo.
Much love. I hope your exam. I know probably has come and gone right now. You're still preparing. If you're watching people, we have just 9 likes. I know we don't have too many people watching, but we should be doing better than 9 likes. Let's get the likes up, people. Why not play Badiashile and Chalova? This guy is killing me. Yeah, that's those. Chalova has played in the right center back position and did excellently well, if there's anything as such. Even on the ground, Potter before the World Cup, yeah, he was excellent for him. Then after the World Cup, I'm not sure what happened really. Um, Hopefully, because if they underperform, a lot of questions will be asked of him. Potter has to go. He's a joker. That's your first lines these days. But big up to you, the Undertaker CFC. I hope you're doing well. Let me see. James is playing the right center back row. Yeah, we know that. Except if you don't know the Chelsea team quite well. We have no balance on the right side. If James is playing in the right center back position, you could say we have balance because he's played there before. Loftus-Cheek does well in the right wing back position. Crazy to think Abadi is in the Champions League squad, but doesn't start today. Ruben over Chalova isn't. I guess that's what you're missing. In an apostrophe. What hype was? Oh, I'm losing it. And Buddy is kind of wild. Yeah, I'm not sure. James is probably not ready to run up and down at the wing, but Potter wants him on the pitch. Ruben Loftus-Cheek will play right wing back. Yep, I know that. Even I wouldn't have started James because it's a risk. 63-year-old Ashley Young starting right back, attacking the left side. That makes him a good meal, a good buffet for Mudryk there, if we can find him. Kukurea in a two-man defense is questionable. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong too. JC, big up, Coach Roger. I'm feeling way better today, but I don't want to stretch it by doing the watch along and all that. Maybe a post-game show, maybe. Hi, Coach. Hi, Blues. How are you? Law. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Please do let us know. Just quickly, let me catch up. We could have gone 4-3-3. Yeah, 4-3-3 could have worked. Maybe James playing right back if he wants to be cautious with regards to how much running he'd be doing on the pitch. Maybe. Mings and Konsa will kill us. I hope they don't. Potter should be sacked if we lose this game. I can count how many times you've said that, and it hasn't happened. But big up to you. Roger, please approach the bench. You are a defense lawyer, not a prosecutor. Welcome aboard. Big up to you too, my brother. Much love. Sorry I can't scream your name this morning. I don't want to stretch it. I know it's April Fool's, but I am agreeing with Roger, not happy with the lineup. Yeah, not really happy with the lineup, I have to be honest. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, that's the lineup. Let's see what else do we have. Guys, James will probably be more effective against Watkins. Chalova got mauled by his last season. By him last season. You could argue that. Is Sparta playing on April Fuse? Villa is playing 9 midfielders. Is that what it is? Kamara, Boubacar Kamara. I didn't know he was ready. Louise. 4-2-3-1. Okay. Let's see. I'm watching Inter Fiorentina until your match starts. Okay, thank you. Coach, do you know if the Enzo comments about Potter are true? What comments? I don't remember anything. Don't April fool me, please. I can't laugh too much today. Yeah, Kukurea is playing his best position for us so far. I wouldn't call that makeshift. He will probably be more effective against Bondia, who isn't tall but fast. Yeah, solid argument there. But I'm still saying on the right hand side, you could say I would still call it makeshift because James, that's not his primary position. But I get you make a solid argument. Maybe you win. Someone tell me Anthony Taylor isn't a referee today. Referee for today is who? That's Andy. And the Medley or Madley, I don't know how to pronounce his name. James at right back. It's central. What? James at right back. Loft is central. Confirmed by Sky Sports. Central in the sense that it's a 4-3-3.
No, it's a 3-4-2-1. It's just that
just like we're seeing on the screen here.
Yes. However, James and Loftus-Cheek are swapped, obviously, just like how we assumed.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No, so that's what Sky Sports had. They had the same lineup as you have there, just Loftus-Cheek and Reece James are pivoted. Mm-hmm. They've swapped, as we assumed. But I don't know. I want to know why the other chaps after this game, regardless whether we win, draw, or lose, I'd like to know why the other centre-backs aren't chosen.
Yeah, because they're on the bench.
Yeah, I'd like to know why are they not at least one of them. Why isn't one of them starting? I want to hear a bloody journalist ask an insightful question for once, instead of giving them puff questions.
Yeah, I know Ruben is on the wing. So when you say central, that was what I was waiting. What is that a 4 at the back structure? But here's the thing. I think Madueke would do well as one of the 2-8 if we're talking about this structure in particular. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how when he's going to get a chance to show he's capable of doing that. Medley is just as bad. Okay, I've seen. Is that Medley or Medley the referee? James at right centre back. Maybe Potter worried about Watkins pacing in behind. Chalobah is quick too. I can see what Potter is doing in defense. There's logic there, but also lots of cowardice. He has. Okay, what
Wow.
would you have him do? What do you want him to do? He has this small club mentality of setting up for the opposition as opposed to what's best for our game. James, no, the funny thing is that you say there's logic, then you started saying what you said. James can rest as a right centre back. Playing wing back is very physical. Roger Potter wants to prove a point that Koulibaly alone can stop the whole Villa team. I knew Koulibaly would start centrally. Some people made a lineup putting him on the right side with Badiashile essentially. That begs the question: have they been paying attention how bad the Koulibaly have actually done on the right hand side? But Roger, let's look at head to head. We've done that before, but let's do it again today for the sake of the audience here. Yeah, pretty much balanced. Balanced in the sense, in 5 games we've lost just one. Yeah, and they've lost
It's
just one.
identical. Yeah, it's identical, really.
Yeah, it's identical practically because they lost by 2 goals. If we're measuring, canceling out 2 goals, and one a draw, 1-1 draw, and 2-2 draw. It's no difference. And then they've won this one 1-2-0. We have 1-2-0. They have 1-2-0. One we won 3-0. Theirs is just 3-1. One we won 1-0. So it's practically identical. You could say both teams are measured in terms of forms. You want to say anything about that?
I think we have strength of schedule. I think our schedule was slightly tougher than theirs, but other than that, it's pretty much identical for the most part. The results at least. Listen, I'm actually confident. The midfield, a game is always won and lost in the midfield, and I'm a bit. How shall I put this? I'm positive with what we have going forward, the creativity, from Enzo and Kovacic. It's just defensively in transition I'm concerned with. If we had started, let's say we had a healthy N'Golo, hypothetically speaking, then I would be far less worried because he can cover so much ground. But the question is, do they press us? How much pressing do they do, especially up front? This is the key, But the good news is, you have a look at Mudryk. He's going to stretch them. They're going to fear his speed, especially when you've got 63-year-old young playing.
And the good thing is that, that was fun indeed. And the good thing is that Enzo is capable of finding him. Even Kovacic sometimes can pick up a good pass from deep.
Listen, you can't teach speed, as they say, and speed kills, right? And they have to be cognizant. They have to be very wary of Mudryk's speed. I like the fact that there's some continuity up front with Havertz and João Felix. I'm really happy with that he's kept that continuity there. Even though there's so many other players that can rotate there. I'm a bit disappointed with what's his face, Pulisic. Was he sick again? He's got a cold or something.
Let me see. I think something to that effect. During his interview, said he wasn't going to start. I think he's out again.
Yeah, I think he's.
Well, he's not even on the bench. Easy. Am I blind here?
He's come down with a bug, I think.
Yeah.
It's like he seems his availability for games. And listen, I'm not criticizing anyone for being sick because these things happen. I get it.
He's a human being.
No, exactly. But the amount of time that he's not available, it is quite alarming, actually, this season, when you think of it. It really is. I was hoping to see him at least be an impact player, after the World Cup, and that hasn't come to fruition. So I'm a little bit disappointed with him. But then again, he's been a bit unfortunate, I must admit. but I was hoping to see him play a lot more. Actually, Pulisic is on the bench. My mistake. My eyes are
So
full.
maybe I'm not seeing everything here. Oh, Christian Pulisic is the first name there.
Yeah,
Um,
I missed it
uh,
too. But yeah,
mhm.
I saw
But I
something
think
that he
Graham
had a
Potter did
cold.
say he wasn't going to start.
Yeah. Um, Mason Mount's available. Gallagher. I like to see more Chukwuemeka also. That's something I want to see more of.
Yeah, I think
Carney.
Madueka also.
Oh,
If you're
Car
playing,
yeah.
yeah.
Madueke, I think is going to be a star for us eventually. But these are young players. Don't forget, these are
Hmm.
fetuses. But listen, he's going with experience, isn't he? If you with the one or two exceptions, for the most part, he's picked an experienced team.
Yeah, if
He,
we're really talking about experience, then it should have been either Pulisic or before Modric. But nearly
well,
one hundred or nearly again 90% plus 90% experience. You could say that.
yeah, I think he didn't choose Pulisic because he's recovering from a cold, so
Uh-huh.
that's the probably reason he can't play 90 minutes. But I
What about
think with the
Ziyech?
Who?
sorry,
Ziyech.
It's
Hello
not even
there,
on the bench.
yeah.
Yeah, it's about, but if he went for an experience, Ziyech would have been in the team, right?
Well, Ziyech isn't part of the equation. Let's be honest. He's a dead man
Hey,
walking for all intents and purposes. How's it going, mate?
good, mate. I, I've actually come on with a quick agenda change. I can't. I'm a bit baffled. I've just been arguing with people, and I kind of come here and I see you loaned it up. Why can't this team be a back four? Why is everyone so against it?
I think honestly, because we're too. I'm not against it,
Or
but
maybe because the back four hasn't really worked under Graham Potter.
it
That's the
I
hasn't.
argument.
understand that.
And
Let me make that straight.
ironically,
Yeah.
quickly declare, ironically, under Thomas Tuchel, everyone was going, go to back four, go to back four, go to back four. And then on the Graham Potter, the fight was go to back three, go to back three, this, that. But go ahead with what you were saying.
I think once
Yeah. So
Ngoyi
look,
starts, I think we will be more successful with the back four. That's my opinion. Sorry.
look. I'm not saying it's a winning formula. It's actually what I see is matching up to Villa, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's going to be better or whatnot. It just I looked at this team, the names on the team, and it just made more sense for a 4-3-3 than
Yeah.
what you have now. Because what you have now,
Yeah,
it
somebody in the
doesn't make
chat
why
said that
That's
too.
what I
Go
why
said
ahead.
at
would
the
you yeah
beginning. Yeah.
why would you have Balishile, who doesn't play in the Champions League, by the way? So there's no like this long-term resting, whatever people
Yes,
are
so
thinking
much
about
for
what's going on.
management, right?
Yeah, and Chalobah, and you pay not only Cucurella, but some people think Reece James is the centre back and Loftus-Cheek is the right wing back, or vice versa, whichever way you look at it. You have so many people playing out of position. Even Kova and Enzo isn't
So
natural position.
doesn't that make it a makeshift?
Why? Yeah. Why is there so much of a makeshift? I'll explain my 4-3-3 here. If you have right, who is it? It would be Koulibaly with whoever, let's say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like with Cucurella, Chilwell, James, and Loftus-Cheek and Kova playing 8, which that's their natural positions. Have Modric, Havertz in the middle, Felix not as wings, but in the half space. It's not that deep, and it's Chilwell and Reece James that are causing the width, and it will be Kova's and Loftus-Cheek's job to cover for them. That makes more sense for me. When I look here, when you have if it was Thiago Silva, right, I would say yeah, maybe he can dictate Cucurella and whoever's playing out. If it's Loftus-Cheek or if it's Reece James,
Yeah.
maybe he could do something. And even still, I'll be worried. But it's Koulibaly who struggles to play right in the middle.
And Koulibaly behaves like Cucurella, always
yeah,
following
he's
the ball.
reckless as
Yeah, but go ahead. As
and
good
so
as he is,
I never see.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so not only individually, right? Koulibaly is a bit of a risk, and he could be rash and make his own decision, but he's meant to command that back line too. He hasn't even been good at that, right? That's why I don't get like. There's something, you know what? But I can't rule this out because it's Potter. I can't rule it out because it's Potter.
Are you
Right?
pulling your hair out, the clerk?
No, it's probably validates everything I say about Potter being ridiculous because I think that this morning he pulled it out of the hat and he said, "This is what we're playing today. This is what's happening,"
I
and you
don't
left
get
it to
it,
the luck
Dave.
of the draw.
I honestly don't get
It's
it.
luck to the draw. Look, I think that I'm just saying that the 4-3-3, which is what I described, is very much how Villa are playing on a counter base. That's
Sure.
how Villa are playing. What I described is what you see in what happens in the Villa camp with Ramsey and the camp. They just do what I just said, explained about the 4-3-3 in a bit more tighter and catch you on the break with the wing backs coming up deep. There's I think McGill actually covers and Lewis is a bit more up, right? And Kamara. But these guys all sit deep while about 4 or 5 explosive players from width to middle explode on you, right?
Mhm.
And I thought that Potter might be just matching up to them because what happens here, and this is why I think this is Villa's very dangerous against us, is because that explosion finds spaces. You see between James and Loftus-Cheek and Cucurella and Chilwell, they're going to find heaps of spaces behind Chilwell and James, right? And they're going to
Especially
cut.
on the left hand side, given how Cucurella plays, he follows the ball.
Yeah, they're going to
Sometimes you
cut
even
us
see him on the
deep.
right hand side. Yeah.
If Potter actually thought, well, this is where we expose, so I'm going to have some quicker players like Reece James and Cucurella, right, to make up for that, then we're playing a deadly game.
But Dico, do
We're
you
taking a
agree
big
though? We're
risk.
going to see a lot more back four in the future with a healthy N'Golo playing in the midfield. I think that transition will be
You can say
more
lots of the
suitable.
What
signings dictate
what
that
does
actually.
what does N'Golo bring to this to the
Well, what
back
does he
three?
bring?
You can say a lot more defensive balance,
Yeah, he
ball
covers.
winning, and all that.
He's able to
Does
cover ground. He reads the game.
Hmm.
He's able to
okay? Yep.
intercept and tackle. This
Yeah,
is his bread and
Can
butter.
can Kante play a six, a
he
sitting role?
can. Yeah, he
He
can,
yeah
but it depends on the demands. He can.
he
Has
all
he ever
yeah.
played? Has he ever played a sitting role? I
I
don't
don't
think he
know. He
has.
hasn't played. He has always been paired with somebody. I don't remember
He's a
if he's
box to
played as a
box.
single six. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
He's in a box to
yeah
box,
he,
but in a unique manner. He's a very unique player. There's not you can't compare his style to virtually anyone else because he's he's very much. I consider him an elite player when healthy, of course. And what his attributes are very unique in this manner. The way
Mhm.
he is able to read the game and then cut out the ball or tackle. He's a Hoover. He vacuums up tackles like anything.
but that's what that's what I'm getting at because I think people have very high hopes on Kante. Is
Well, yeah,
that what we were missing?
this is yeah. Well,
Part of
listen,
it, yeah. Part of it, you
listen.
could say
Is
that.
I've
we
always
were missing a vacuum.
yeah, I've
Yes,
always
let me
believed.
just explain this. Go ahead, Roger. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I've always believed that, like when you go back to, like, for instance, Hazard was playing for us. Hazard didn't really track back a lot. And when, for instance, N'Golo didn't play with us, oh my God, it was like we're playing with nine and a half men. You play with N'Golo and we're a completely different team since the day he arrived.
I,
When he doesn't play, we are a completely different team.
Roger, I don't disagree with that. I'm saying when you look at the issue at hand, right, at the team at the
He
moment.
masks over a lot of the cracks, mate.
No, he's not going to fix everything. It's as
Yeah,
simple as that.
I don't think he's going to have a major impact than people think because
Like he used to.
I think he will. I think
yeah,
it's
because
still when we'll see that.
I don't think that type like that we've been having a pressure problem like we're not pressing as a team as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Kante will be there and he'll be the only one, right, out of some players. We're not pressing as a team, so Kante will be doing his thing, but the other team won't have a hard time getting around it because we're not doing it as a team. So that's where it's going to be out of us. And defensively, it's not. I don't think it's our problem. What you're essentially doing if you bring Kante in, you're going to be taking an attacking player out. So for instance,
Yeah, which
say
is the
for
balance
cover,
we need in terms of the parent, the two sixes pairing. We need that balance. They are
yeah. So
excellent. These two, for instance, are excellent offensively, but they're poor in terms of protecting the back three or the back four, however. So go ahead.
Yeah, but our problem has been offensive more than defensive. If we're leaking goals, I would be more agreeing with what you guys were saying, right? And it's probably why Kante was so good with Jorginho, is because Jorginho sat,
hold on.
dictated,
All right,
and Kante did.
let's quickly get
Yeah.
Bobby started before we move so far, and we have to get
Okay.
Bobby
Yeah.
having
Our
a chat.
XG defensively has been masked by the fact that our opponents haven't been clinical. If you look at the statistics,
Yeah,
sorry, Bobby got
if
them.
they had they
Yeah.
been clinical, that would have been a different story right now. But let's get Bobby's thoughts on the lineup because I have some people in the chat. Let's get their thoughts too. Bobby, your thoughts on the lineup? Would you have done anything differently?
Hola, Bobby.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Me no
Bueno.
Spanish,
Pick
please.
up, pick up,
I
Bobby.
got to say, I'm not sure what the fuss is about. Um, I can't. Who's he got in the back line? Koulibaly and who? Sorry, I can't really.
I think to his
Bettinelli.
right will most likely be James rather than Loftus-Cheek. I think just flip it. Just flip.
Oh, right back
James.
is
Yeah,
using James instead of
yeah,
Chalobah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Right centre back. Yeah.
and left back is using who? Koulibaly.
Kukurea instead of Badia Shile.
Is
Left centre
Badiashile
back.
on the bench?
Yes.
Yeah, he's on the bench. Yeah.
So is Chalobah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? You know, coming back from international break, who knows? I really don't know what to think until we see the game. I know
Yeah.
that Unai Emery, he's a defensive, fast break sort of guy. He's always
Sure.
been that way, and that's how he's going to approach this game. So I figure we'll have a lot of the ball, and they'll be trying to see if they can hit us on the break. He has probably put Cucurella because of speed. I don't understand why he's put James at right back. Maybe to give him game time, maybe to have him interchange with Ruben sometimes because Ruben is that flexible. I don't know, but you know, I can't be afraid until I see the game. And I like the bench. We seem to have players back. I don't know what's happened to Sterling. Is he around? Is he on the bench? Is he
No,
No,
he's
he
not.
wasn't ready.
he's still injured?
Mhm.
Okay, Mudryk is starting, which is a show of confidence and the fact that he hasn't had much game over the international break. Havertz again is playing, which I don't particularly like. I would have rather he had a rest. All of a sudden, the new guy that we got, what's his name? Oh gosh.
Madueke.
No, the kid, the striker, the only other striker we have.
Oh,
Um,
Fafana.
yeah, yeah. All
Yeah,
of a sudden,
that
Fofana is not
position doesn't
even.
make sense. Go ahead.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's not even in the reckoning.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. You know, I'm not a huge Potter fan, but we have to wait and see before we get worried. In my opinion, I don't know what the fuss is about.
I guess that's what we do. Let me catch up with the chat, and I'll come up. I think we'll have just about 3 minutes actually. KK couldn't stop that Everton dude. Yeah, Roger likes that, and he'll soon talk about it. Liverpool were marinated today. We're marinated well today in the preparation for our barbecue plans. Maybe you hope so. Let's see what happens. Jesse, we end winning against Liverpool. I think Liverpool is actually usually easy to play against. You just have to put away your chances. Seeing Arsenal and City play so fluid today makes me sad about it. If Mudryk shows up, who knows? Yep, I hope he shows up. Pulisic, main task is to manage a Chelsea online shop. I can't laugh too much today.
Oh, ouch.
No.
The back line is unsatisfactory, and Loftus-Cheek is starting the game. This crucial is massive gamble. This could turn out to be a turn on his head. Loftus-Cheek is the list of my concerns there, and I know he's starting in the right wing back position, which he's played there before and executed the role quite well. And we need the 3 points, but if Watkins has a good game, maybe Bally will notice and bring him. I think he's a player. He's a player. I'm shocked we're not looking at him with 5 assists as an attacker. How many goals? I think is it 9 goals
8 or 9,
in
something
total?
like
Let me
that.
look at it. Yeah, 9 goals and 5 assists. That's not easy. He's an excellent attacker. Let's see. Ziyech is already at PSG spiritually. Yeah, his body will go there too soon. Ziyech maybe somewhere else, not necessarily PSG. Ziyech is an ex-Chelsea player. Ziyech is in Paris enjoying. Oh my goodness. It's decline. Yeah, declines. But unfortunately, we don't have too much time, and we're not going to do the watch along because I don't want to stretch it. I'm still feeling a bit of pain. Aubameyang, yeah, I'm not sure what he did with him. Big up to Chilla Pan and chat. Big up to you too, Santiago. I hope you're doing well. Let's see, 2-1 Villa. Wow. Ziyech, Alba, Fofana, Dean is left out of the squad. Fofana especially doesn't make any sort of sense. I'm not sure. Porter has to trust defenders for us to play for. He can barely manage three at the back. Yeah, so good question right there. I don't think we have too much time. 5 minutes to go. Let me see. You read that yourself there. April Fool coach, the spider on what? No, Maya, leave me alone, please. That's Bobby saying, like the video, guys. 25 likes, that's not bad. We started a bit late. Why are we trying to apply logic to Potter's formation or system? He's literally flipped a coin and picked the players out. Yep, you're on the clad side. Big up coaching panel. This lineup is questionable. I thought it was a 4-3-3, but I saw a 3-4-2-1, which was strange with the players announced. There's a chance. It could still be. No, it cannot be 4-3-3 because he has just one recognized central defender there. So it cannot be 4-3-3. It would be difficult. Let's see. It's 4-3-3 actually. Back really? Chilwell, Cucurella, then Cucurella's left center back.
I mean, it's possible.
On the left hand side, if one of the two center backs, then he will be on the left hand side, Koulibaly on the right hand side, James, and the rest are rotating. Maybe that may well be the case. That's very possible. Will Villa dominating corners and free kicks, and they are a higher. They have a higher chance of scoring from a corner than we do, honestly. Okay, let's see. Of the mighty CFC, yep, let's win. The government owes Chelsea the support to move to Eels Court. Okay. Barry, that's not going to be simple because I'm hearing if they intend to move the club, they're not going to move with the name. And that's a branding nightmare. That's a branding nightmare. It's going to be difficult to deal with that aspect. You got to confuse the pitch owners first. Barry told Potter his lineup was good, so he. Okay, I think I'm going to skip quite a few. Now I'm not going to be able to get everything. We have about 3 minutes before the game starts. Roger, what sort of game do you expect today?
I expect us to hit the post a few times, as normal.
And your guy is on the pitch.
Yeah, it must be in his contract, coach. Listen, I expect us, hopefully, to, shall we say, be tighter defensively. I want to see us keep a clean sheet if we can. I think that's vital. But we need to be more clinical. And in transition, we have to be a lot tighter.
Yeah, I agree with you. How about you, the Clark? What sort of game do you expect?
Just a quick question before that. Is it still the first in the UK?
It is indeed.
It's the first year for me. Are you in the second already?
Yeah.
So maybe the real lineup might come out. Maybe the real lineup might come out at just before the game.
Half time, maybe.
Maybe it's a bit of April Fool's, that lineup, I think.
Feels like it.
So what do you expect, Declan?
Look, I think people are underrating Villa and a bit of. I think Chelsea are going to get a bit of a good evening today, because we have not looked anywhere near organised, right? It's a very individual performance that I've been seeing, and we're going against a team that are now looking better and better under Unai Emery and more organised and catching people on the break. And this lineup is ridiculous. I don't know how Roger's saying I'm expecting. I want a clean sheet, but yet we're going to put makeshift players as defensive players. I think maybe Potter's trying to be very random. This could work. This could work on an overload. This actually looks very attacking. This might be an entertaining game, right?
Okay.
But
All right.
but I think you this is a bad approach against
I
this Villa
question
side.
this lineup, honestly.
All right, they
Yeah.
fixed it. Loftus-Cheek Musa to the right wing back. And Bobby, quickly, your thoughts. What sort of game do we expect? Are you looking for? Do you expect, so to speak?
I'm not sure. You know, the thing with Potter, nobody really knows what he's about. And you can't tell until the game starts. But I never subscribe to fear. I don't think we should be afraid. They're playing 4-4-2. Emre is a very defensive minded chap. He's afraid of attacking. If he attacks, he's open at the back. That's probably why Modric is playing. Yeah, you know, we get our act together, we win this game. You know, we've got enough quality to do so. Yeah, they've got some dangerous players, but we've taken them apart. We've taken them apart before, and we can do so again. It's not a matter of what Chelsea will we see; is which Potter will be presented.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I don't want to stretch it. I think we'll do a post game, but I'm not going to be able to do with the watch along and everything together. Lots of screaming and lots of talking. I think it won't help me really. So I apologize for that, but I'm going to try to see if we're able to do. Maybe if I put less pain, then we'll do post game show. So thank you so much, guys, for finding the time to join the show, and thank you for
Thanks, gentlemen.
27 likes. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye.
Pick up everyone.
Big up.